Welcome aboard for this driver's eye view journey along one of Britain's most historic and important railways as we travel north from Milton Keynes Central to Rugby on the famous West Coast Main Line. Settle back and enjoy the view from the cab as we follow a route that has been carrying passengers, freight and express trains for nearly 2 centuries. This section of railway forms part of the original London and Birmingham Railway, one of the world's great pioneering main lines, opened in stages during the 1830s under the guidance of the legendary engineer Robert Stephenson. We begin our journey at Milton Keynes Central, a comparatively modern station by British railway standards. Opened in 1982, the station was built to serve the rapidly growing new city of Milton Keynes and quickly became one of the most important stations on the West Coast Main Line. Before its construction, nearby Bletchley was the area's principal railway station, but Milton Keynes Central soon became the main gateway to the city. As we accelerate away from the station, take a moment to appreciate the scale of this railway. The West Coast Main Line is the busiest mixed-use railway corridor in Europe, carrying high-speed passenger services, commuter trains, and vast quantities of freight connecting England, Scotland, and beyond. It remains one of the most strategically important railways in the United Kingdom. Looking ahead, the line stretches almost arrow straight across Buckinghamshire and Northamptonshire. Much of what we see today follows the route surveyed by Stephenson's engineers nearly 200 years ago. Soon we pass through Wolverton, one of the most significant railway towns in Britain. Wolverton grew alongside the railway and became famous for its railway works, established during the construction of the London and Birmingham Railway. For generations, railway carriages were built, repaired and maintained here, and the works played a vital role in Britain's railway industry. Even today, Wolverton remains a place of enormous railway heritage. As we continue north, the route passes through a landscape that combines modern development with traditional English countryside. Open fields, villages and industrial sites appear alongside the railway, demonstrating the varied character of this important transport corridor. This section of line has evolved considerably since the age of steam. Originally built for locomotive-hauled trains travelling at what were then astonishing speeds, the route was transformed during the 1960s electrification programme. New overhead wires, upgraded signalling and modern infrastructure enabled faster, cleaner and more reliable train services. The electrification project changed the appearance of the railway forever and laid the foundations for today's high-speed operations. As we head north, keep an eye out for the complex network of tracks. Near Hanslope Junction, the West Coast Main Line divides. One route heads towards Northampton while the faster main line continues directly towards Rugby. This arrangement allows express services to maintain high speeds while local trains serve intermediate communities. The engineering of this route is remarkable. Although the landscape appears relatively gentle, Victorian engineers faced numerous challenges constructing this railway. Deep cuttings, embankments and bridges were all required to maintain a smooth and efficient route. For railway enthusiasts, this stretch is a paradise. Express passenger trains race north and south at high speed, while freight services carry containers, construction materials, automotive products, and countless other goods. Every day, trains from across Britain pass through this corridor, making it one of the busiest railways anywhere in Europe. As we approach Northamptonshire, we near one of the greatest engineering achievements of the early railway age, Kilsby Tunnel. Opened in 1838, Kilsby Tunnel was designed by Robert Stephenson and was, at the time, the longest railway tunnel in the world. Construction proved extremely difficult after workers encountered vast quantities of water and quicksand hidden beneath the hill. The project suffered major delays and costs escalated dramatically as powerful pumps were brought in to remove thousands of gallons of water every minute. The tunnel stretches for approximately 1.5 miles and remains one of the defining features of the route today. Its distinctive ventilation shafts can still be seen from the surrounding countryside and have become iconic landmarks in their own right. As we enter Kilsby Tunnel, imagine what this experience must have felt like to Victorian passengers. Steam locomotives would have filled the confined space with smoke, steam and noise. Early travellers often regarded tunnels with a mixture of fascination and fear, making Kilsby one of the most talked about engineering structures of its era. Emerging from the northern portal, we continue towards Rugby. This area has long been a critical railway crossroads. Rugby became one of the most important railway centres in Britain during the 19th century, sitting at the junction of several major routes. The town's railway history runs deep. The original station served generations of travellers heading between London, Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool and Scotland. Rugby was once also served by Rugby Central on the Great Central Main Line, providing competition between different railway companies until the rationalisation of the network during the 20th century. As we approach the modern station, we can appreciate how much this area has changed. Extensive remodelling and modernisation associated with the West Coast Main Line upgrade improve speeds, capacity and reliability, ensuring Rugby remains a major operational hub in the 21st century. The station itself is a busy interchange where long-distance, regional and local services converge. Freight trains also regularly pass through, highlighting Rugby's continuing importance within Britain's railway network. For railway enthusiasts, this journey between Milton Keynes and Rugby offers almost everything: historic infrastructure, major engineering works, busy modern operations, high-speed running, freight traffic, and nearly 2 centuries of railway history, all combined to create one of the most fascinating sections of railway in the country. Whether you're interested in Victorian engineering, modern railway operations, or simply enjoy watching the railway unfold from the driver's perspective, this route never disappoints. Every mile tells a story, from the pioneering days of Stephenson's London and Birmingham Railway through the steam era, electrification, and into the modern age of high-speed rail travel. Thank you very much for joining me on this driver's eye view journey from Milton Keynes Central to Rugby. If you've enjoyed travelling along this historic section of the West Coast Main Line, please give the video a like, share it with fellow railway enthusiasts, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for many more railway adventures, driver's eye views, and fascinating railway history features. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon for another journey on the rails.